Hey, Single Artiste, we are back. We had a nice little break, man. I think tonight is well deserved. You ready to do
Yeah.
this thing, brother? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hey, oh, oh, what the KTTeeV? Oh, I'm sorry. I had got a little excited right there. What to do, KTTeeV? This is KT, and I am coming at you live with a fresh off a break Administrators Podcast. This is KT, and I have my co-host.
JoJo, baby. How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey man, that was kind of low energy right there, bro. I'm just gonna just let you know, man. I kind of felt I didn't. Come on, JoJo. Look, man.
Woo!
Woo. Look, man. I think we could say a break, but it really wasn't a break because I think you take a break when you want to take a break. We had to take a break.
Yeah.
The schoolhouse has been real in these streets, man. How you been doing, brother?
Man, I am so glad to be back tonight because, life took over and then work took over. And it has been quite the past month. And so I'm glad to be here tonight to talk about some stocks and options. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, life hits you. It's real at times, and man, that work life ain't no joke this year, y'all.
Look,
Woo!
it's not a joke. It's not. Look, you talk about when you've been doing this for like 20 years and you still see new stuff 20 years later, man. It's like, whoa, wow, that shocked me. Hey, man, but the good thing is experience is everything, man.
Oh yeah,
So just luckily we got something to lean on.
yeah.
But I agree with you, man. I had to kind of do a few things for myself. So shoot, in between this, man, I cashed out some of those profits. And I went and got me a nice little slingshot, man. And so man, I drive a slingshot to work almost every day, dude.
Oh, that's
Dude.
nice.
But look, dude, do you know how that feel, man? Every morning, man. Yesterday, not yesterday, Friday. But Friday was the first time I felt like an old man. You just riding down the street waving at people, man. People at the red light. It was terrible, bro. I said, yeah, this got to be what retirement is gonna feel like, man.
Yeah,
But yeah, man. So really been doing that to kind of balance out some of the work and the play. Yeah. Other than that, man, that's pretty much it. Football is back, so been kind of enjoying that. But other than that, that's how I've been trying to keep into the grind, brother. Just to keep myself rolling
yeah.
because if we don't find that
Oh yeah,
that alternate
oh yeah.
something to play, we may burn out, and it's
Yep,
too early to burn out. We got to keep going.
yep. It'll get you.
Got to keep going. Now, this is what I want to say before we get into a little of the news this week. For all my H-Town people, what about them Vikings? Woo! Look. When I got to work, usually I come in, I got my purple Vikings robe, and then I just play Ric Flair on the PA system. I didn't do that today because some of my biggest haters. See, that's the thing about being AP. I get the absentee report. I knew y'all wasn't gonna be there today, but tomorrow you'll be back. You go, you gonna be back, and we gonna have some fun, man. We're gonna have some fun. But other than that, brother, man, I thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We're gonna get into some of our fan favorites, heat map, fear and greed index, all of those pieces. We got a couple plays for y'all tonight. Just really looking at a few charts. The biggest thing is we are in post rate cut, right? And so now we know how the economy should be going. We know what the Fed wants to do. The question is, what happens next? So we'll look at especially a little S&P, a little IWM, and then we'll get into some plays. I'm pretty sure trading with Ortiz is gonna get very interesting because somebody has been Tesla balling. Look, I'm not gonna. I'm sad to say, bro. I did not. I sold my last TSL around 232,
Oh
234.
man, dang.
Oh, yeah, bro. But I had him. It was a lot, bro. You know me, man. I was like, bro, this is, I should have just stopped, lost it. But I was like, this is a lot of profit. I gotta go, baby. I gotta go. Hey. But all right, y'all. First off, I guess let's get into some news. Okay, for tonight's news, unless you have been under a rock, somewhere blind, or just not really up on anything, which probably why you wouldn't be looking at this either. But if you have, then you know that Boeing has been on strike. If you do not know who Boeing makes all these planes, God rest in peace to all these people that have crashed the what is it, 737 Max. So they made those really they the plane makers, right? And so a lot of things in the government, a lot of pieces revolves around Boeing. And so the country needs Boeing to be successful. Like literally need them to be successful. Like people are passing because they are not successful. You know, I remember it was a Chris Rock joke. He said, you know, sometimes you just can't have bad apples. You know, he said, hey, if a pilot goes into the building, they say, hey, one bad apple ruined the bunch. That was just one bad apple. You can't have one bad apples in places like this. So when you build in the planes, you can't have bad apples because the plane don't work then. And that's 40 to 50 people, 200 people gone. So what's happening is Boeing, on top of not making quality planes, the union workers have not been compensated. They have not had raises in a while. And so they are saying, I see a lot of restructuring happening, but we haven't got any emails. The union said, we're not going for it. They went on strike. They have been on strike. Now will be about 2 weeks. I want to say going on 2 weeks this week. While they are on strike, it is projected that Boeing is losing about $50 million per day. Bro, that's a lot of money, bro. And so what is happening is now Boeing said, after all this playing with these people, they make their best and final offer. Hold on, let me make sure y'all can see this screen right. They make their best and final offer to, hold on, let me take this off of here, to the striking union workers. So let's go through this story real quick. So it includes bigger raises and larger bonuses than a proposed contract that was overwhelmingly rejected. And so what the people said is, we know that Boeing can do better. And by them coming back with another offer only tells us that they had it in them the whole time. And so the new offer, labeling the final one, demonstrates the eagerness to end the strike that began September 13th. And so since then, they introduced rolling furloughs of non-unionized employees last week to cut the cost during the strike. So now, just because they on strike and I'm not in the union, once a week, I'm off with no pay. That's how they said they're mitigating the cost. Craziness, man. So now the company said the new offer is contingent on members of the International Associates of Machinists and Aerospace Workers ratifying the contract by late Friday. So that's the name of the union. And like I said, by then it'll be a little over 2 weeks old. And so some of that, let me see what they said. They gave them pay raises of 12% plus 3 annual raises of 6% each. And that will double the ratification bonuses to 6,000. It would also keep the annual bonuses based on productivity. And so they said that the annual pay will rise from 75,000 to 111,000 at the end of the 4-year contract. Hey man, I think I think that wouldn't be bad. That's a nice jump, right?
Yeah.
Um, nice little raise package, 12% high end salary. So we'll see if they accept it. If so, that will be something. So this is what I wanted to show you all in relation to that. So okay, can you see that tab right there?
Yeah.
All right. So what I want to show y'all is this is what happened. Sorry, y'all. I'll be trapping off my 4 hour. Let me get back down here. So this is what happens when you get news because America will not let you fail.
Mhm.
Right. So I bought some Boeing probably around here somewhere because that's where I usually trap off of. And so I just let it ride because it don't expire until January 2027. I went in, man.
Damn.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's 2026. I'm sorry. My Palantir is January 2026.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Palantir.
Hey, look, man, let's go, baby. Hey, so, but this is what I want to show y'all. This is what happened. We danced around here. We danced, and then we just went up, right? But look at what happened. We'll hit resistance. So we got resistance, but then look at what happened. We came right back down to a previous support. So I think right now, what's going to happen is you see at the end of the day, that last candle, we did have a little sell come in, pushed us almost back under our 20-day.
Mhm.
But I think we just waiting on information to come out. And so once we get whether they gonna go back with the once they accept, I do see this happening again. Once this accept, I do see this happening again, man. So I'm not gonna anticipate it since I'm already in the game. But yeah, man, we could see something change around here for boys, man. We could see something change once they come back, because that means, hey, this is a big hurdle they're gonna get over. The machine is gonna be happy for a while. Now we get the quality inspections. I'm looking at 250 over the next year, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
If
I, go
so,
ahead.
I'm just gonna hold that thing, man. All right, now, so back to that. That's basically what I want to show about that Boeing. Um, I'm not saying this is not financial advice, y'all know that, but once again, Boeing, America is not gonna let Boeing fail. I mean, period. We need planes. We need everything that Boeing got. Do they have any? Is Boeing got competition? Is there?
No, but Boeing isn't. They are definitely now into warcraft. They got drones. They got man. They've got some AI going. Boeing is got some stuff going.
Yeah, man. So I'm definitely not trying to. I don't think they will. Like I say, they will not fail. It may take some time to get through this, but we've been in this, right? So that's why as soon as you get good news, you get days like these, right? That's why people say, "Oh, okay." But then, of course, all these people who had enough money to move the market like this, of course, when they get ready to take it out, we're gonna drop. But the thing is, we drop back to a resistance. I mean, a previous support level. So we see what happens from here. But overall, I think people are waiting for it to pop, just as this shows the prime example. So, uh, yeah, we go back down. Let's see where we at right here on this chart here. So look, we still in the dirty, y'all. We still in the dirty, but this is a good sign. So once this come up here, hmm, we might be able to talk a little bit. Once this close and it is above this line, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It'll be short term, but we can talk about it. All right. Anything to add to that Boeing story, Jose?
Well, I think that when you think about Boeing and what's happened with them, if you, it's on my watch list all the time. KT knows that Boeing is one of the stocks that I watch all the time. And looking at this chart that I'm looking at, August 5th we were pushing 190. August 16th we were around 180. So to go in a month from 180 to about 152. Um, it was primed, or it is primed for some type of comeback. Because, like we've been saying, if you follow the podcast, if you listen, news drives a lot of these, or becomes a catalyst. Things happen, but when you look at fundamentals of the company, when you look at the chart and the technicals, and at times when you are able to combine them, you think to yourself, it almost always works out. The RSI going into today was 35, which is, right at the cusp of oversold. And so when you think about where it's been, where it got to, and now with this news coming out, with a 3%, 4% increase at its highest peak today, like KT said, we got that resistance coming. But as soon as somebody says something and we break, short term, we could reach 180. I mean, if it took a month to go
Yeah.
down, any type of good news, you're talking about end of year, we could be around 190, 200, based on the simple fact that the chart is screaming, we're almost ready to buy and explode. And then you got this news. And so that's one of the things that it's, I know we've been gone for a few weeks, but one of the things that we preach, technicals, fundamentals, news, all of it. At some point, you wake up and you're like, a lot of the stuff you think, man, it's that time.
Yeah.
What do you want to call it? Manipulation, whether you want to call it, just people out there, like you said, keeping the stock from failing. They almost always go hand in hand, man. Bad news, fundamentals; good news, fundamentals. It almost always correlates with a time to buy and a time to sell. And
Yes, sir.
so we've been doing this long enough to know that, Boeing is important. Boeing is one of those top dogs out there. Boeing is going to make it, we hope. If not, we are going to be in trouble. So you have to
Literally.
realize that going into it, that, oh yeah, well, we're down $30 in the month, but I mean, now we can see where we go from here on the way up. So
Yeah. Yeah. I agree, man. So I just been kind of hitting that boat, man. Just whoop, whoop. Okay. All right, y'all. What we'll do, let's take a quick break. And when we get back, we will go into our heat check. So we'll look at our S&P 500 heat map. We'll also look at our volatility index and our fear and greed. We will be right back. Oh, shameless plug. If you have not, make sure you go to KTTeeV.com. We got merch. Hey, but this is what I want to say. Hispanic Heritage Month. Whoa, I had to do it, man. Jose Luis. Man, where's Jose Luis at right now? Come on, man. R.I.P. Jerry Springer, man.
yeah,
All
hopefully
right,
you're tuning
get to
in.
the heat check. Hey, let's go. All right, first thing we'll start with is, whoa, not that. Okay, there we go. First thing we'll start with is the S&P 500 heat map. And the first thing that I am noticing is it's a lot of green in these streets, baby.
Ah,
Woo. Now, the only bad part about it is the big boys is not green. We look at Microsoft, negative. Apple, negative. Google, negative. Meta, not even 1%. Meta has been killing it. Oh my God, it
mhm.
need a break. NVIDIA, 0.22. ABGO, AMD, everybody who we look at, Berkshire, is rough. But then when you come over here, consumer cyclicals,
Mm.
they ate today, y'all. Tesla, come on, man. 4% today. Amazon. I looked at Amazon, man. That thing went straight up, man. Amazon, Home Depot, everybody. CMG. Well, I'm waiting on Chipotle. I'm going to buy me some more Chipotle tomorrow just on GP. I want 100 of them. Let's go, Chipotle. All right. Starbucks kind of they didn't drop back down. I don't know if they tested that 99 again, but I think that's what they pushing for, man. They didn't got rejected out that 99 a few times. So I think I'm gonna look them up, see what they had on that 4 hour, and I'm waiting on that 99 from them. Let's see, man. Yeah, look, we got Walmart, we got Costco with earnings this week. Oh my God, $917. Let's see where they go from there. All right, man. What are you seeing in this chart, Jose?
Well, we whether we're here or live or not, we watch this every day. One thing that I've been watching and noticing are those big name techs. Red today, they've been green, they've been green, they've been green. In a minute, when you go into that fear and greed index, you'll see what I'm talking about. But man, look at energy and those industrials. You know,
Yeah.
uh, that energy. There's been some news out there. People have been talking about oil and gas. Um, and I think that we are finally trying to get that barrel of oil to the point where it's beneficial for the stock market. There's been a slight uptick in gas in real time, but or in real life, but I think when you look at this heat map and you think about your energy sector and your industrials, I think that says a lot about kind of like what's going on in the country too as well. Big tech, I'm not surprised that it's been red. I wish though, what I do wish, KT, is that it was a little bit redder, just
Yeah.
because I'm a little worried about the market being a little high right now, just
Oh yeah.
because of the fact we're going into the end of the year, and I don't want it to get too high real fast.
Yeah. You know that's
Because
not healthy.
a lot of our calls do expire in January, and I don't want to
Hmm.
unload too fast, and I definitely don't want to hold on if they start losing. So
Yeah.
we'll see if there's a little bit more of a push pullback in these tech stocks.
Most definitely, man. That'll be some. Yeah, I guarantee. I agree with that, man. Definitely something to look at. Just happy. Overall, I was looking at that and thinking about that oxy. I wanted to look it up. I also bought a $50, and I only got one because I wanted to see what was going on. But I may go pick up another one tomorrow. But I got a $50 January 27 oxy.
Oh, nice.
Dude, I'm just hey man, look, man. I'm I don't even look at this man over here, man. That's bad though, because that crowd strike burned me 2,700 down. But the biggest thing is look, man, just being able to kind of see what's happening. Remember what I told y'all? This is just one of the tools that we use to be able to look into the stock market, to kind of see where is the money. And so a lot of the times things correlate with the news. And so if you kind of look and seeing what happened, consumers they got some nice information. And so then what happens whenever they get good data, this is the days you get where the consumer cyclicals, consumer defensive, everything's getting a little better. Safe places, right? We're gonna put that money, but also when you look at the energy, you got to think about what's going on. Man, what was that? Israel,
Mm-hmm.
Libya, some people, Lebanon. I don't all that what's
That's
going
not,
on
yeah.
in the Middle East.
Yep.
And so they bombing a lot of things, right? And so then you look at the stocks that were getting together, that were coming up, right? You got your defensive stocks. All of those people are picking up because we just don't know what's happening. But a lot of the times, a lot of things going on with oil is attached to that. So remember what I said about ExxonMobil a while ago. Let's see if they break through. All right, man. I think we will switch over to our fear and greed index. I say this every time. This is where you load up. This is where you get rich. Period. You make sure you're getting it in over here, and then you selling over here because by now all these people are almost too late to the party. Here, you definitely too late to the party. You about to be holding the bag. But over here, they almost too late to the party. You had all this time to make your mind up. But some people they was waiting. And
Mm-hmm.
so now you got to be very, very careful as you tread through this piece. But yeah, greed. Let's look. Previous 62. Um, so 64 previous close yesterday. So you can see we still inching our way over. 1 week ago, we were at a 54. So once again, that was that time to make that decision, kind of watch see what's happening. And 1 year ago, we were at the fear. And as you know, in September, that's always a crazy month for the stocks. Um, but this year, election year, things are a little different. Just got the rate cuts. So a lot of things that is kind of keeping us on the upward trajectory, I would say. If you look right here, this is almost turning into a typical September. September 6th, we took a nice little plunge, but ever since then, we have really been getting it in. All right. Anything what you got on that, Jose?
Well, just to go back to what I was saying, when you look at where we're at as far as the greed, and it being September, um, if we're going to continue to go up, we need to be careful. If we do continue to get to that extreme greed between now and November, which I think could be the plan. So you have to be careful with, if you've made money and you've got green on your January calls, or that whatever you have, just for the simple fact that if we do get to the extreme greed before November, um, that election could dictate, us going back to fear. So
Real fast.
if that happens, man, I just think that if you got January calls, man, it's going to be a little too close to not get rid of, if we do get any more into that extreme greed. And so
Man.
I'm looking at that. I'm looking at those positions right now, man, because I was hoping to ride them out to at least December.
Yeah.
But I think if we get there within a few couple weeks,
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
start thinking about selling and making that cash. So
Yeah. Man, I the only one I have, and it's sad to say, for January. I got a FedEx that I just bought, so I'm not looking for too much on that. I did a straddle for that though. But then I got Apple.
mm,
Get my head bust on that Apple, man. Set your stop loss, people. Set your stop losses. I know they say you got time when you buy these things so far, but use your stop. Where am I? Where am I? So that's how you're gonna be feeling. And then after that, when it's time to get back to the bag, your account busted, and all you gonna hear is that's, that's it, bro. You can't do nothing, bro. You got crickets, bro. All right, man. Let's jump into this volatility index. So the volatility index, right, just says how. So we looked at the fear and greed. We see that people are very greedy, right? And so therefore, we know what's going on out in these streets. People buying. It ain't nobody guessing at what's happening. It's going up and down. See, this is when we out here playing a guessing game.
mhm.
Right. This is when we out here playing the guessing game. But look what happened over the day. People just said, okay, we feeling better. We feeling better. The next thing you know, we just went on down about our business over here. Right. But we started the day up here where people was like, man, what the hell is going on? But here we go down here. The lower this VIX go, the more comfortable people feel with buying stocks until something happens that gets us right back here, which is what Jose was talking about with those January call options. Kind of watching them, being very leery because this was, man, when was this? Today? When was what is now? What's today? 9/23?
Yeah. That was this morning. It's kind
Yes.
of sticky this
Yeah,
morning.
this morning.
Hmm.
All right, when the market open,
Bloody red.
boom,
When it
and
opened.
it just what'd you say?
I said it was bloody red when it opened today.
Yeah, yeah, went crazy.
Yeah.
But look what happened right here coming up. So, anything on that volatility, man?
No, just keep in mind, man. We can't stress it enough, man. Something's going to happen in the market on any given day. And when you look at charts and history, you can almost catch any move to the up or down. So, you know, it's getting to the point where you can see things and see the news and know that you got stuff in there that's being, you know, just fluctuating with all that's happening. But you have to be able to recognize those patterns and look at it because it's going to show up and it's going to come out.
Yeah,
Because one
yeah.
thing people really, if you're a newborn, a newbie and a novice and all that, you think, oh, well, hey, this market is going up, this is good, but then you got to be mindful that yes, it will go down. So I
Any
remember them
given
days
time.
when I used to think it'll go up forever. You know,
Woo! And
but
then next thing you know, you're in the middle of the hallway dropping 110. Dropping 110 and say like,
oh,
oh, all right, y'all. We're gonna take us a quick break. When we come back, yeah, you gonna give us a tease of what you got, or we just gotta wait till we get back from the break, man.
I'll give you one tease. Here, y'all ready? Vroom, vroom.
We'll be back.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the
Trading with Ortiz. What's up?
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I.
Hold up, baby. What? Look, man. Y'all don't be understanding. Like, a lot of the times, Jose is gonna give you the play, and then you just gotta wait for a second. And then it's probably gonna pop. I think the last win was what? Starbucks?
Starbucks, baby.
Probably then before that it was some Tesla. Anyway, just live. Man, what you got for us tonight?
Woo, all right. So back by popular demand, it is going to be. Here we go. Let me get this screen. Oh, can you see it?
Nope. It's shared, but I don't see anything on it.
All right. Ooh, my computer froze over here.
Oh, there we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, is that it? All right.
Yeah,
So, y'all can see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Back by popular demand, Tesla, baby. Can I hear that sound?
Man. Woo! The like magical fairy.
Woo, my goodness gracious. Look at that green candle right here. Everybody, eyes on that green candle because that was August the 6th, right? And if you listen to us and roll that thing from August till now, you are looking at 184 to 250. That is a $60 difference. One more time. $60 difference. Now, the reason why, yeah. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because if you look at that top line where the 250 is, we really don't have much of anything sitting in the way. We probably got this right here about 252. But I'm going to put this out like this, and I want everybody to see this.
Hold up, Jose. Hold up. I don't want because I want to know in real time. Today I did see on the book book it chart or something like that.
Yeah.
At 250,000, I mean $250, there are 600,000 shares
Mm.
waiting to be sold. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
So 250. And so if it shoot through 250, it's time to go.
Yeah.
It's time to go. I don't know what you're gonna do, but you got to get in you some TSLL. But if it go through 250, because they got right now 600,000 shares ready to be sold at 250.
And that's a great segue into our RSI sitting at around 7.
Hey,
So we are getting close to the overbought. We got a little bit of a gap left here in the MACD before our two lines cross. But I brought this chart up to show that sometimes patience, I mean, we're talking about a month, y'all. A month.
a month,
A
30
month.
days.
184, the day before my birthday, to 250. And
Mm.
so, like KT said, we get that breakthrough 250, those shares dip, then we come back down for a little bit of a pullback. The next high that I think we could possibly get to would be around 265. So, if we do come back down, I anticipate that we could gap down to right around here, 138 ish. And that could be enough with, what was it, 600,000. So that could be enough to flush us a little bit close to that. But I want everybody to keep in mind that yes, we are we are getting close to the overbought, and our MACD is about to cross, getting ready for it to go down. But I really, really wanted everyone to know and to see that you got when you have this gap and this drop down that happened here because of all that news that we talked about, and then you got that straight up fire, but then you leveled
Hmm.
off, and now you just took off. You know, I closed my September calls. I did close a couple of January calls, but I
Hmm.
do have several January calls and June calls um, for Tesla. Now, the one that I want to get into that we've been talking about also, NVIDIA.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. And
Just
so,
trading sideways right now.
look at that.
Mm.
August, we hit a little curve. But what is this right here? This looks like a little what? Cup
You got your cup
and
in there,
a
baby.
So I say that to say we are at 50 RSI. Okay. 50 is around halfway. Remember, 30 is overbought. Oversold, and 70 is overbought. We are halfway. We have a little bit of an uptick right here. We leveled off. If you were to actually put a flagpole, and the flagpole here, um, you could see that we might be forming a, a bull flag could be forming from this here to right here. I do think that if we do break past that point of 120, we could hit up this 130. Now, I have not sold my position yet um,
Hmm.
because I got in, right around this area. So I kind of like added to it. So this is when I got in the last time. And then I caught this knife going down and bought some more. But I do have, I want everybody to know that I have $200 calls for June. That's a
Mm.
long way out, y'all. June. So when I break this out and I go out even further on the year, I do see the up and down because remember, they went through a split. And
Hmm.
so NVIDIA is catching that 116 ish right now. Like I said, we can get to 125, we can get to 130. And then I do believe that as they fluctuate down a little bit, we do have our MACD, y'all, that is wide apart on the downside, which means that we can continue to go down a little bit. you know, um, even with our, RSI being 55. And then when we do catch that uptick, I'm telling you, just like with that Tesla,
Mm, it's gonna
look
go.
and pay attention to these, indicators that we talk about. You know, I do anticipate a little bit of a sell point, right through here, um, perhaps 110, 105, before we decide, which direction we want to go going into the end of the year, which is why I'm kind of happy that it really hasn't taken off too much, considering, we were in the 140s. So we still got some way to go. I do believe NVIDIA is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And so I think we might consolidate some more and stay in this range between the 120 and the 110, possibly within the next month or so. But I do think that the effort by either administration who wins, for semiconductors and chips, I think this is what NVIDIA and AMD and all the other ones are waiting for. Because whether Trump wins, Harris wins, on the chatter is that both of them are going to try to do what they can for American chips or here,
Yeah.
to make sure that we can get what we can, with these companies that we're not outsourcing everything, overseas. So it might take a hit, with sales over there, but I think we will be able to navigate through this. And AI isn't going to go anywhere, and Nvidia is talking about a new system coming out, and so that's I want everybody to look at that. So to recap, what I have: Tesla, if you caught it on the way up, you might want to start selling, especially what KT said about those shares getting ready to sell. If you have close dated and you've made profit on your calls, it's time to get rid of. There'll be time to buy here soon after that. And I do believe that here, maybe close to the next day or so, that Nvidia could be a buy. And so that's what I have for you tonight.
There we go, man. There we go. And so I want, oh man, if you could put that chart back up there, man, one time real quick. I just wanted to talk about that Nvidia. So with that Tesla, at this point, the way we playing that Tesla, and I'm saying we as in me. If I know that I have not gotten into that run that Jose just said from 184 to 249, 250, then if I can't jump in now because I'm chasing. But if I know that 250 is a big psychological level, right? I just told y'all there are 600,000 shares being ready to be sold in an algorithm once it hits 250. So if it hits that 250 and it goes back down, now I got to wait. But if it goes above that 250, what we want to do is we want to watch it break. And then once it break, it's going to come back, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so the thing is, we want to do the break and the retest. The break and the retest. So we get the break and it tests 250 now. 250 just turned in support. That's when you get in. Because now you can get in at 250, put your stop loss right below 250, and go on about your business if they decide that they want to go back under 250. But you don't chase and jump in before 250 because we know all those zero ending levels are psychological levels: 100, 200, 250, 350, all of those pieces, right? So just hold tight and then do the break and the retest. For NVIDIA, the biggest piece that I've been saying about that one is you got to think about what they just did for their stock split. I think, well, how much was it, Jose? 10-1?
Yeah, 10-1.
So it was 10-1. So if you had one share, now you have 10 shares. When you think of a stock that moves as much as NVIDIA did in the beginning, right? that's because there weren't as many shares of Nvidia to be able to make it run. That means when people start buying and they start moving that thing, because it was so concentrated, it was able to go. But now when you think of times 10 on those shares, if you notice those moves aren't as aggressive, right? But what has hope for Nvidia? One is it's Nvidia, but two, they have already started buying shares back. So that means slowly but surely that pool of shares is going to start becoming smaller, and then that's when we'll start seeing those more aggressive moves like we used to. For me, I got a June 25 one. I think it's 121. It's how much I got that. Say, look, man. Say, man. So really, man, I'm ready to roll whenever it happens. I am expecting it could be a little more to the downside. But that's okay because for me, what I do is I'll buy that June 25 and then I'll put a quarterly put on it. That's how I caught that crowd strike because I used that strategy. So when that crowd strike dropped, I doubled the money that I lost in my other account. So if you kind of looking at how to play that, you better get ready to go in for the long term with Nvidia because I don't think it's nothing else that's gonna really outdo them what they're gonna do. Because every time somebody move closer, they move closer. All right. I think that's it, man. Jose, good information for us today. What we'll do, y'all, is we will take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll open up these charts and just look at one move that I made recently. Let's go. All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Administrators Podcast. I am KT, and this is man. That boy ain't even in the game.
Oh, man.
My God, that boy thought we was still on commercial or something. Man, this is terrible, man. Golly, bro. All right, look, y'all. Check this out. I'm just gonna keep on. Hey, look, this is y'all know me. When it's time to trap, I'm gonna trap off my 4-hour chart. So what happened? I realized as I was doing some research yesterday that AMD has been bouncy off the 4-hour 200 EMA. So what did I do? I said, I think it could be time. And so I got in when it was down here. I want to say maybe like 154, no, 155, 155. And so if you can see, I'm already up $1.75. But this is what I was telling y'all when you get ready to go. So I did that. But as soon as this line closes under this 4-hour line, I sell, right? But if it don't, we gonna ride it out. So today, if you go back over here and you look at this 5-minute chart, oh my God, it'll give you a headache when you're looking at it like this, right? And so that's why I've been trapping out there for one, because I'm at work now. This is not summertime no more, so I can't be doing it. But two, look at this. I can't do this. I'll be dead. If this all happened, what was this day? Let me see. When did it start today? When did the day start?
Right.
It was over here.
Yeah.
Right here. So look at all this from today. We just going up. We're going down. We're going up. We're going down. I can't do that. I can't. Right. And so then you come back over here to that 4-hour and you really just, bam, you do your little trap over here. And so you see, all I'm waiting on, I'm not really concerned about it until we get back to this line and we begin to breach this line. Now, we begin to breach this line, we got a different conversation. But look at what's happening. We got the 20 EMA almost on its way to save the day. So let's see how this thing is about to roll. But that's just one of the plays that I was looking at. So it's almost leaving the train station. But we could get another retest depending on what's happening with this market. Yeah, we just gonna find out. But when I go through each night, I just go through my charts and I keep that going, and I say, well, who is getting ready to show up? Amazon, crazy today, y'all. Crazy. All right. So what we looking at? Look, we right here. Looking at Bank of America. Don't trust it too much. But what's happening? We got another test of the 20 on the 4 hour. So now, look at what happened the last time we got a test. We went right here, we tested it, and then what happened? We had a gap right there. Thing just showed on up, right? Just boom. Just wow, that was crazy. Just pushed up, got up to some resistance, kind of shut down on us, then came back down, pretty much closed that little gap. But then look at what we doing. We retesting. And so right here, this is hope. When we touch that 4 hour right here, we jump back up, got pushed back down, but we still bounced off. And so right here, man, can you call this a doji? What can I call this?
That
This is
looks like a doji right there with the
that's what I'm saying, man. Can I call that this, man? Maybe it is.
inverse
Maybe
hammer.
because this is longer. What's that?
Almost, well, no, it's a doji because it's too, it's too thin to be an inverse hammer.
Okay.
Because
So yeah, for sure. Yeah. But basically what this saying is people don't know what the hell about to happen right now. Right?
Yeah.
So they right here. And so really, but this is one that I will put on my watch list because we are back at the 4 hour, right? You going down. This one has left the train station. Left the train station. Oh yeah, she gone. She gone. She gone. Well, look, we coming close over here. Don't know what's gonna happen, but look what happened when we had a test right here.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'll be looking at to see is, are we gonna take off and we're gonna get back above this VWAP, or are we gonna come down here and retest? It's getting crazy out here, so I ain't no telling what we're gonna do. But this is basically how I kind of run my charts, and so I just wanted to kind of show y'all one for the AMD, but also I want to kind of come over here and look at Apple. Right, so we know Apple just been going through the new cycle. For the iPhones, things have not been as hot as they wanted it to be, and so I don't think Wall Street is very happy with what's going on with Apple. So let's go over here and look. So when I'm looking at something, I say I'm gonna go to the 1 month. All right, so the 1 month says we're still going up. 1 month got us up. Let's go down to our week. Week got us. Jose, I wouldn't say that's up, huh? I say that's the week kind of sideways.
No, man, we had a little bit of an uptrend right there.
Still uptrend. Okay, okay. All right, then I'm gonna come over to my day chart. What is my day telling me? Yeah. See this kind of so already right now they're telling me I got a question here because all of those pieces did not match. So that means I'm already kind of iffy, and I'm saying, is this where I want to put my money? Because when it's going up, all those gonna let you know we on the move. So then I come back over here. I say, okay, let's go a little closer. Let's go in a little bit and see what's happening. And what do we see? Lo and behold, we are testing the 200-day moving average. Wow, that tells me Apple is not doing as good as we see because we see a lot of green on that last chart.
Yep.
But when we come in a little closer and we see what's really happening, we know that they have broke the 20-day, they have broke the 60-day, they have broke the VWAP, and now the only thing that is holding Apple together is this VWAP band right here. That's where they are now holding on to and staying above. The minute that this closes, right here, let's say tomorrow morning, we drop down, we open, and we hit right here, and we don't recapture this, but reject off of it, we heading on down here, at least getting down here before we make another stop. All right. And then, so the money is going to be made real quick. If you can see, what we want to see tomorrow is, all right, here we go. So this that same outer VY band, right? That's our 20 on the 5 minute. What we want to do is we want to see that thing open up probably by right here. Yep, that's where I had that line at too. If we can get something by right there on the open, and then it don't get above this, then you better go in there and get your money. You better go get your money. And down to this line is about where we gonna try to see what they're gonna do. Because right now, this is telling me that Apple is getting pretty weak. Like I say, people had high expectations for the AI. Kind of let people down. People saying it's just meh. And so what happens when you just come, you get big hype and you just meh? You take this little plunge right here. So we talking about 229, 226, and going down. All right, y'all. I think that'll do it for a little of that chart work tonight. I always like to talk about a little of my thinking as I get ready to unwind them charts. Man, Jose, what you got to say about that, man?
I agree, and I think that Apple's been kind of up there past couple of weeks, and so I wouldn't mind at all if it went down a little bit. But keep in mind that I do own many 250 calls for January, and many $300 calls for June. So
yeah,
let it go down. Let it go down a little bit.
Let it go down. We're going to just get some more. Get some more. All right, y'all. That will do it for tonight. If nothing else, use stop losses. That's one thing I'll preach. Other than that, y'all, look at the environments. If you missed anything from the podcast, go back and look at the episodes. Try to keep them going, keep the clips popping. Then get locked in. It's been crazy on us. So Mondays have been rough. What we'll do is we're gonna try to get back in this thing. But in the event that life happens, y'all just hold on. All right, man. Any final words before we close it out?
Man, just listen to the podcast, man, and save you some, headache whenever them stocks do go up, man, or go down. We're not always 100% accurate, but by now I can say that we're no rookies. So
Hey, there you go, man. Hey, for real though, the way we live on them charts, man, it's real out here. All right, y'all. This is KT and
JoJo, baby.
Hey, that boy is back, man. All right, y'all. Another episode of the Administrative Podcast in the book. We will see y'all next week.
This is Darnell with Broadcast Houston.
This is Dr. Tamara Beckford.
Hey, this is Candace.
This is London Underwood.
This is Kirsten Bass with Inner City Greens, and you're watching.
Y'all are now tuned in to
KTTeeV.
KTTeeV.
KT.